children. So we've watched some videos about explicit versus implicit, explicit versus inferences. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to do this assignment. We're just, because we took a lot of time, we're going to do the first paragraph together, and the second paragraph I want you to do on your own. So I'm just recording this in case there's people absent, so they can do this first paragraph with me. But when I do the video, this video is, again, just for absent people. I'm going to read and do all this stuff in class. So, inference worksheet number 2. Directions. Read each passage, then respond to the questions. Each question will ask you to make a logical inference based on textual details. Explain your answer by referencing the text. Again, as we know, explicit is right out in the open. You can look in the text. Again, you can tell based off what somebody says. If I'm outside, and I'm out in the hall and you guys lined up and I say, "Go on in, children." That's explicit. That means going to class. But, if I'm walking and I'm dealing with something and I just kind of move my hand like this, I'm not saying something specifically. But because I've done this before, this is me implicitly saying, "Go on into class." That's implicit. That's an inference. So, Kyle ran into his house, slamming the door behind him. He threw his book bag on the floor and plopped onto the couch. After 6 hours of playing Grand Larceny 7, he ate some pizza and fell asleep with a slice on his stomach and his feet on his book bag. When Kyle came home from school the next day, he was noticeably distraught. He balled up his report card and placed it inside a soup can in the garbage. He then flipped the soup can upside down in the garbage and arranged loose pieces of trash over it. He plopped down on the couch and let out a sigh and picked up his controller. So, why is Kyle distraught? Again, we're kind of making an inference as why Kyle is distraught. Well, again, as I can read it, looks like, and this is kind of ironic, being that we're doing this on the week that ends the quarter, so your report cards will be coming out the next week, is that Kyle did not do well in school. So that's what we're going to put. Kyle got a bad report card. So that's what you're going to type. And we're going to do, again, this first one together. So, how do we know this? Again, this is small. I'm going to ask you, again, make this, about 18, so it's a little bigger when we type. How do we know this? Well, again, we can ask ourselves, how do we know this, that Kyle got a bad report card? Crumpled it up, threw it in a soup can in the garbage, and hid it under trash. So that way it's a little bigger. And Kyle didn't want his parents to know that. Have we all done that when we got a bad report card? I know I did in 6th grade. I wanted to go up to Boardwalk USA. It was an arcade thing with my friends. So I told my parents that report cards weren't coming out till Monday, even though we knew it was coming out on Friday. Well, I hid it until Monday because I had an F in a class. And, because I figured my parents wouldn't let me go. So I did something like that. Why does Kyle, again, put the report card in a soup can? Again, we wouldn't put... Do you think we'd put a good report card in a soup can? Do you think we'd crumple it up? No, again. So that's where we're making inference. Again, we're reading something implicitly. We see explicitly that he put it in the soup can. So that's our job to infer why. Again, why does he put it in a soup can? He probably got bad grades. Again, how do we know this? Again, we're going to make this a little bigger. We know this because you wouldn't throw away a good report card. You just wouldn't do that. You'd want your parents, your guardians, to see how well you did at school. So, was Kyle's report card good or bad? And why was it like that? Again, obviously, we've said in the first couple, we say Kyle's report card was bad. Obviously, because again, that's why he was distraught, because of the report card. He threw it in a soup can. He did all that stuff. Now, why do we think that? Again, we have to go back and we have to look at that text again, don't we? We have to reread maybe and see again, why was it like that? My next sentence is, again, why was it like that? I'm going to assume Kyle plays too much video games. And how do we know this? We're going to make this a little bigger. Kyle played a video game for 6 hours straight. And you're playing a video game for 6 hours straight. It's one thing to play a video game 6 hours straight on the weekend when you've done all your homework and, maybe it's snowing, you can't go out. God knows I've played a video game for 6 hours straight doing something like that. Left 4 Dead 2, Red Dead Redemption, Dead Island, State of Decay. I love my zombie games. But that's probably why Kyle got the bad report card. So that's what we're going to do on this assignment. So this we're doing together. Again, what I just did here is for my absent kids. Now, you're going to go down to the next one, and in class, you're going to do this on your own. And I'll read this paragraph for you. And then we'll read the questions again, because I forgot I just taught you something, didn't I, last week about read the questions first and then read the passage. So number 4, what relationship do John and Anastasia have? Then why do you feel this way? Why is Anastasia sad? So Anastasia sat by the fountain in the park with her head in her palms. She was weeping mournfully, and her clothing was disheveled. In between gasps and sobs, Anastasia cried out the name, "Oh, John." And then her cell phone beeped. Her hand ran into her purse and her heart fluttered. The text message was from John. She opened up the message and read a few bare words. "I need to get my jacket back from you." Anastasia threw her head into her arms and continued sobbing. So, in class, you guys, again, are going to, you guys and gals, you're going to answer these questions. What relationship do John and Anastasia have? And then why do we know this? Why is Anastasia sad? And how do you know this? Again, each one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this is a 10-point assignment. Again, mainly you're getting the points, again, for reasonable answers. And everyone should get a reasonable answer for 1, 2, and 3 for both parts, because we did that together, children. It's your job, so everyone should get 6 out of 10 because we did it together. Again, the question is, are you going to get 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10? You better get 10 out of 10, young children. Again, as always, if you have any questions, please message me on Schoolology. Thank you very much, and have a good day.